Fair enough.
I'm going to train harder. Having seen what you've achieved, it's the least I can do.
There's Omega again. Well done, my friend. You put me to shame. Laying low a Light Warden while I struggle to land a blow on a man old enough to be my great-grandsire. I've still got the chat box open, I have.
It seems I was wrong about your friend. Had Fair-Ulm not stepped in, you would be frolicking with the fairies by now.
It was pure luck that we managed to hold the Ulmorans at bay long enough for you to succeed. But we have earned some good fortune, and while it is plain we've not seen the last of General Ranjit, I for one am glad to delay our reckoning with him a while longer. Ne'er for a moment did I doubt that thou wilt triumph over thy foe, yet the majesty of thine achievement delighteth me none the less. Night hath returned to Ilmek, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom, and averting the 8th umbral calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the Fey folk put the Ulmorans to flight. 'Twas a sight to raise the spirits, I too assure thee. Ah, but what valuable allies they may prove, were the mood only to take them. Either current Aktla Ormin. Though the battle is over, the war is far from won. Let us fix our gaze upon the road ahead. Ooh! I don't actually know what that is. Thancred wishes to have a word with the hero of the hour. The wheel turns. I knew you could do it, and not only because of your blessing. You have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the water defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going together, needless to say, to the bitter end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Feyfolk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Yulmor's attentions, but I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for us all when I say that I've had a belly full of ill meg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again. Do. Don't worry, we'll be back at the soon-ish, maybe future time. We've got ether currents to get. But right now, I'm more focused on the story. Alright. Right. Do. It's goddamn raining again! I told you! The city appeareth unchanged from when last I visited. There is the self-same comforting hum of activity in the air. I see nothing out of the ordinary.
All seems well, thank goodness.
Though we spent most of our time on the road, Minfilia and I actually have apartments here. Perhaps now we might finally make use of them.
all seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Yulmore was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Uh-oh.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity, I am Emet-Selch, Ascian.
Gaius spoke of you, a native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle?
If it wasn't raining, then yes.
Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted.
I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
That was unexpected. So that was an Ascian. Thancred told me about them.
He appears to be gone, but I won't be lowering my guard just yet.
Finding common ground with an Ascian? My entire being rebels at the very notion.
That an Ascian, Emet-Selch of Emet-Selch standing, would willingly reveal himself unto us, and at this of all junctures is most interesting.
Cooperation? He can't be serious. Can he? We've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along, Alex. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more.
And I wanted to say my friendy XE. My friendy XE? That sounds weird. I should have went to the teleporter. Why did I not go to the teleporter? It would have been so much quicker, you idiot. And I'll say this again. I think I've said this like probably twice by now. I love the fact that at each section of story you return here, because it is the perfect point where it's like, this is potentially where you could have went and done either current quests, side quests, these quests which I still have yet to do, and I'll do them soon. Oh, welcome back, sir. We've been expecting you. You will find refreshments laid out in your quarters. We hope they are to your liking. We'd be retiring now. Yes, please. Very good, sir. I bid you a pleasant evening. Sandwich basket! A Pickwick was sculpture sandwiches. Etherically arranged. Etherically or aesthetically? Sure! I'm gonna get a cutscene with Ardbert? I'm thinking yes. I hope the past few days has not been overly taxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. You probably think you're talking to yourself. And still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emet-Selch we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emet-Selch had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Yeah, tell me about Seto.
What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
Queer's the best. Realpolitik. Realpolitik?